Further disaster for Pakistan. A day after its plane crash, severe flooding caused by monsoon rain leaves at least 120 people dead.
Well, there are monsoon rains in Pakistan every year, but it is the strength and volume of these downpours that has really caught people by surprise. How bad is it where you are?
It's really, really very bad, and for a lot of people, it couldn't get any worse. A growing number of people have lost their lives, and all day I've been talking to people whose businesses have been swept away, and even people whose family members have been swept away.
We are trying our best to reach the most vulnerable people, and we are trying our best, but as we don't have any access.
They are just walking around, and there is no help.
There is no help.
Proof of the violence of the floodwaters is everywhere. Right across northwest Pakistan, motorway bridges have been pulled from their supports, transport and communication links severed. It is a slow process, but some of the stranded at least are being winched to safety. The Pakistani army says thousands of its troops are trying to save people and to provide relief.
This is, or was, Madayan, one of the areas worst hit by what some here are calling the flood of the century. Well, you get a real sense right here of the destructive power of the monsoon rains. This is where the road ends. The concrete has crumpled as if it was paper.
More than 3 million people are affected in Pakistan's worst flooding in 80 years. And the end still isn't in sight.
The thing that nobody wanted has happened. More rain has come. Torrential monsoon downpours.
Tempers were flaring, stoked by blazing heat and by hunger. One man was chased away by the crowd, but the greatest anger here was reserved for their absent president.
Water's still rising, and so are the numbers of people affected. The lives of 4 million devastated in Pakistan as floods move downstream to threaten the south.
No clean water for drinking, no food, no electric.
World community, I give you an SOS. Please save our souls.
Have you seen something like this before in your lifetime?
No.
It's terrible what nature can do. The monsoons, they're so powerful. I'm very sorry, Abdul Malik. I'm very sorry.
Well, the rain just started falling here again in the last few minutes, and it's quickly become an absolute deluge. It's going to make any effort to find and rescue people far more difficult. The water has been rising dangerously here, 2 feet in the last 24 hours. Poor before and left with nothing now. 3 generations were rescued. The eldest is at Bai, too frail to walk. Orla Gearan, BBC News, Sindh.
New monsoon downpours destroy the already damaged village of Khazana across the river. This is the last bridge people can use to get away, and they're trying to save everything they can. Already in trouble because of the flood, says Khanullah, but the rain keeps coming. We're begging for shelter for our children.
Well, President Zardari is back in the country, although not yet back at work in the presidency. He received a lot of criticism for continuing with his European tour when so much of this country was in trouble. But he said part of the reason for that was because he was trying to garner much-needed international aid for Pakistan.